Something that I had to learn, I would say a few years ago, was community is a command. It's not a preference. Sorry. I am the first one to be like, I'm so good by myself. I don't need to do anything. And then I read Proverbs 18:1 one day and I said, never mind. And it says, whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire and breaks out against all sound judgment.
That verse that it hit me a few years ago.
I never read it before. I said, what do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean I have to be around other people? And then I think of Hebrews 10, where it's like, do not neglect to gather. Community isn't a preference, it's a command. And we see that in the way that the body is meant to operate. And that makes me think of 1 Corinthians 12, when we talk about all the gifts and how they're supposed to work together and the different roles that everyone in the body has. If I am a foot, I can never be an arm, and I can never do the job of an arm. So I need someone who is that arm to do that. And I am so prideful to think that I am meant to be every single part of the body when I am not.
It's really good.
And so walking with people, yes, it's a delight. Yes, it can be a struggle, but it's a must. It's a command. We have to do it. And scripture talks about so many ways that we are meant to live in biblical community. And it never says it's supposed to be easy. If anything, it talks about the ways that we're supposed to work it out when there is conflict, and the ways that we are supposed to grieve alongside one another. We weren't meant to do life alone. I don't care whether you feel like it or not.
Yeah. It's so important to remember and to give so much grace, because it has been hard for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if it's challenging for people, instead of just throwing a ton of shame and like guilt on it, it's like, no, I get it. I remember. This is so hard. Not easy, but it's worth staying in.
Yes.
You know?
I think my life changed the most when I realized that there are people in my life that are willing to fight for me, and they're not going anywhere. Like what you said.
Good.
Like I think it was different. Like I found myself always like having friends, but it was when I started following Jesus that I found people in my life will not go anywhere. And it's like, it's just different because one, you kind of have eternity together. So there's already just like an underlying thing. So like, even if you move to a different state, like we've still got plenty of time together, you know, but it's also like people are thinking about me and praying for me when they're not with me. That is wild. And that is unknown to the secular world, really.